The Homer Odyssey was the first really difficult book I ever read. It's also the first book that took me over a week to finish. I was so proud once I finished it, and even though I probably won't reread it, it's still on my bedside table at home. It opened me to reading more complex novels and helped me understand a different type of writing. The book is so old that you can't help but think of how many different people have read it and in how many different languages. It might not have been the most fun book to read, but it made me think a lot more than most of the other books I've read. Malachi was probably one of the most inspiring books I've ever read. You can picture everything that is going on as you read, and you feel everything that happens to the characters. It's a very touching story, and while it is fiction, it could have easily been nonfiction, which for me was shocking. It wasn't an easy book to read, but the main character had such a good outlook on life, and since she was the narrator, it made it easier to read about all the hardships she had to go through. I don't usually like reading nonfiction books, but my English teacher recommended Amazon Beaming, and I'm really glad I decided to read it. I still don't like nonfiction because I believe that in most cases, just the facts aren't that interesting. However, how he became part of this culture and experienced this completely different kind of lifestyle was so incredible and so something that I want to experience that I couldn't put the book down. I am really interested in architecture, so my math teacher suggested that I read Pillars of the Earth. It is so much detail that you can picture what's going on in each scene. This man is so devoted to his dream of building a church that he risks a lot to fulfill it. I really hope that once I realize what I want to do, that I'm able to see what I want as clearly as he could. Castle Corona is still one of the books that I reread when I can't find anything new. It is written so magically. There are points in it that everyone can relate to, no matter how old. It's a really beautiful story, and the book is definitely one of my favorites, even if it was written more for 10-year-olds. My dad bought the entire Tintin series when I was 5, and would give me one whenever we had a long drive or went on vacation. I would be almost more excited to read the book than to go on vacation. The books happen all over the world, and I still hope to get to see all the places he visited. His stories gave me an understanding of the world and of all the different cultures, even if that understanding was from a little blonde dude and his fuzzy dog. The pictures helped to narrate the story so well. I've reread almost all of them, and definitely have my favorite. The Kissing Hand was one of my favorite books when I was little, and I think I had the whole book memorized. It's such a cute story, and like most children books, has a very clear main idea. People you care about are always with you. I remember so much of the book all the way to Lhasa, I think I could describe the pictures on the first 5 pages. The pictures are so beautiful and magical, but they're about a place that is also so real. It made me want to travel, and I would plan with my mom going on a trip to Lhasa and seeing the temples and walking along the path with our own donkey. I hope that I continue to find books that inspire and change my life.